Hi there, my name is Devine, aka Davina, and welcome to my studio. Today is day number 11 of my belly dance makeup challenge, where I do a different belly dance face every day for 30 days, with a little break. Oops. Today's look is the vampy 1920s film star gothy look. It's a makeup style that's fairly easy to apply, takes fewer products than our normal high glam face, and is very useful for a variety of situations. I like to use a 1920s makeup face when I'm wearing head to toe a suit, and I also like to dance in a gothy sort of intense how do I want to say it, fusion style, and this is also a great look for that. In fact, many fusion artists really embrace vamp look. So for today's look, I am going to walk you through how I put it on, and while I do it, I'm going to show you some of the inspirations that I've pulled from in order to create this look today. So I'm going to start off by using a pencil. This happens to be from BH Cosmetics. When I shop from BH Cosmetics, I like to put together a list and try to make it over the free shipping mark. So I'm okay with this pencil. Was surprised when I got it, but it was definitely who knows when you're buying a pencil, but it's nice. This is brown. Color really goes well with my eyebrows. Although I sometimes do blacken my eyebrows down to black, I feel that gives a very ancient Egyptian feel. When I'm trying for a 1920s look, I don't want it to be quite so dark, and the reason why is because I have pretty magnificent eyebrows already. So I'm not going to pluck them just to get that thin, high, arched look that was one of the hallmarks of the 1920s style. Nope, I'm sticking with my crazy bushy 1980s eyebrows. In the 1920s, makeup companies really were stepping into their own. New products were being invented and developed, new chemistry advances, and of course, advances in the social status of makeup. Instead of being the domain of actresses and prostitutes, makeup was coming off the theater stages and off the screen and into the hands of consumers. So companies like Maybelline were developing new products, and one of the products that came into vogue during the 1920s was a cake of black makeup that could be brushed or combed into your eyebrows, into your eyelashes, or smudged onto your eyelids. This was Maybelline's hallmark product during the 1920s, and it really was the start of their entire makeup line. So when you buy something from Maybelline, you're buying from a company that's over 100 years old. So there's a long tradition of making makeup for the masses. I don't have a Maybelline cake, so I am going to use powdered eyeshadows today, and I'm going to stay in the drugstore and just walk down the aisle to Wet n Wild, and I'm using this Tunnel Vision, sadly beaten up little $3, I think it's about $3, 5 shadows, and I am just going to go into the white shadow first because I am going to do a purely black and gray eyeshadow look today. So the vamp look is all about high contrast. If you look at images from the 1920s of movie stars and their promotional shots, you will see that their skin is clear, flawless, perfectly smooth, and very pale. And I'm not quite that pale, but I'm going to keep the amount of contouring and highlight, which is a very modern concepts and products, down to a minimum. So it's just about the eyebrows, eyes, eyelashes, lips, and a little bit of a powdered blush. So for this look, I'm not putting down a heavy base of black. I'm just going to use the black eyeshadow I have, but I'm going to slightly wet it just so it stays on better. So I'm going to press it in onto my lid. So I'm gonna pick up some eyeshadow, press it into the lid, And I'm just going to go over my entire eyelid in a like dome shape. When using dark eyeshadows, you might find fallout, experience fallout. So some people choose to do these big dark looks before they put on the rest of their face. Just don't spray your makeup palette directly, because it will impact the shadow. It's better to spray your brush. Aging eyes are a challenge for everyone, and they're all shaped slightly different. And I recommend when you're putting, so you know, as you can see, I'm lifting my eyebrows and then I'm dropping them. And while I apply makeup and it can look beautiful in this position, I can't hold this position. Actually, after I've got the lids covered, I'm going to go back into this same quint, and I'm going to pick up this gray here. I'm going to switch brushes, though. This brush is blackened, and I'm going to use a fluffier brush, and I'm going to pick up this gray, and I'm going to go over the edge to smoke it out, and I'm going to go back in with the white, and I'm going to just press it in under my eyebrow bone. Under my eyebrow bone. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm taking this and pressing it under my eyebrow on my brow bone. Just so that from a distance you can still see a separation between my brown eyebrows. Now, in a more modern makeup look, I would use a highlighter for this, but I'm trying for a more 1920s look. If you are going to be performing and you want to achieve the look of old cinema, you may want to in fact use browns to do this and get a sort of a sepia look to your entire face. I have very cool colored skin, so I like to use black. That's a matter of taste. But you can see how this could be brown and tan and cream instead of black and gray and white. Now, I'm not going to put false eyelashes on today, mostly because even if I put them on, they would be virtually invisible against this black look. And I'm going to go over the tops of my eyelashes just to take it that one extra step darker. You can use any eyeliner at this point, whether you like a liquid pen form or a gel form above your eyelashes. Go for it. Now my eyelashes have had a chance. My eyelashes have now had a chance to dry, so I'm going to put a second coat of mascara on if I can figure out where I set it down. Here we go. So second coat of mascara, because this is a mascara-y thing. While my mascara is drying after its second coat, I'm going to go back in with my pencil and do the lower line. The 1920s look is about a complete ring of black. My eyes are quite small, so I don't actually tight line my lower waterline with black. And the goal here is to have a smudgy, smoky appearance. So I like to dab it on just to really use the side of the pencil to help with the initial blurring. And somebody asked me the other day why I don't put mascara on my lower lashes. It's because I only have 3 lower lashes on each eye. Now that the lower edge is on, I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to soften my lines all the way around. In the 1920s, blush became a big deal for women, and there are many, many different kinds of powdered blush products available for women to use. Blushes were very popular right here on the high apples of your cheeks. Now, the vampiest of the vamps did not use any blush at all. They went for a very stark contrast between the bloodless pale skin and the sort of deathly hollows of the eyes. But I'm going to put on a little bit of blush because I don't want to look quite that dead. So I'm going to use this paley pink one here, which is not a color I would normally use on stage, but this is just to give me a little bit of life to my face. You can barely see it, and that is exactly the way I want it. And then the last part of the 1920s Vamp face is the Cupid's bow mouth. Now, the mission and the style was to have a narrow mouth that was quite pouty, almost like in the shape of a kiss. So the mission is to draw the line slightly in at the edges and a little bit fuller on the top. I am going to be priming my lips. This is a ColourPop lip primer because I'm going to be wearing a very dark lipstick. ColourPop is a mail order company, and what I like to do is I like to pick an assortment of things and hold on to buy it when I have enough to fill my cart and get free shipping. So if you're going to buy a ColourPop liner, their liners are awesome, plus a lipstick, many of their lipsticks are fantastic. You might want to throw in the primer. It's a little waxy and it fills in the lips. So I have older lips, which means I have more wrinkles in my lips. And again, this acts kind of like spackle and it fills in my lips. So when I'm putting on a shinier lipstick or a deeper, darker lipstick, the primer actually helps it look a little more smooth and youthful. I'm going to line my lips with a deep sort of brownie color. This is from JCat Beauty. It's just like a very affordable liner. I don't use this color very often, so I don't want to have a really expensive pencil that's going to go bad before I use it up. I'd rather buy an affordable one and it'll go bad before I use it up and I won't feel as bad about it. Now, lipsticks in the 1920s were mostly carmine based, and if you are going for that carmine look, it's a warm reddish tone. So as you can see, or maybe you can't because I'm filming on an iPad, but I've only gone out to about here. And so the corners of my lips are not drawn in. You can see from here to here. I'm not putting any liner. Once the pencil is on, I'm going to go over that with my deepest, darkest, most vampy color. I'm going to clean up my lip line with a little bit of concealer. I'm going to take a small brush, and this is a nice trick if you are using especially dark lipsticks. Use a bit of concealer. To clean up the edges, to get them very sharp. And also to conceal any of your lip that you're not using with that you're not covering with lipstick. And here's the final look. Now I have added an assiut turban. This is just one pretty fancy assiut shawl. You saw the bandana. I left it there. Put the assiut over it because I doubled it. You can't really see the bandana pattern coming through, and then I just chucked a assiut shawl over my shoulders, and now I'm feeling very glamorous and very ready. I encourage you all, if you have a piece of either vintage or modern assiut, to pull it out and wear it with your next vampy look, whether it's to the theater or to a belly dance event to perform or watch, or even just to head out to Target and have people look at you twice, because that's what I'm going to do next. I have 19 more days of belly dance makeup videos coming up. So if you like this content, please be sure to subscribe. You can also check out my playlist where I have all of these videos all together in one spot. I also did this last year, so if you like this year, you can go back and look at what I did last year too. Thank you again for joining me. I hope that you are inspired, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.